6'2" sounds about right.
And her opponent to my right, fighting out of Osaka, Japan. She is the current reigning and defending Game Changer Wrestling Ultra Violent Champion, the Deathmatch Amazoness, Rina Yamashita.
You can see Rina Yamashita, her face still has gashes in it from last night. I would say that honestly the majority of the glass that you see in piles underneath the ring today, that was from yesterday.
I'm sure she has wounds all over her body as a result of that violent battle with Alex Colon to become the champion. It's all about the gold right there.
But again, let's not discount Sawyer Wreck at all. This is an amazing opportunity for her. Like you said, she really made her name for herself in GCW right here, right in the carousel room. She has a lot of people behind her, and she could become the champion today.
We have the opening bell. Has that obvious height advantage. Of course, Yamashita with the experience advantage heading into this. Competing for many of the top women's organizations in Japan. Sawyer holding her ground here. A little confused. We can get Greco-Roman.
No, not quite.
Up here, come on. Can always climb the ropes. Get her a ladder. Impromptu ladder match, come on. They've got plenty of other weapons they could be putting to use. Climb a ladder for the Greco-Roman knuckle lock.
Maybe a little closer. Oh!
Leaps for the forearm to connect. And Yamashita, reversal of the whip though by Sawyer Wreck. And Sawyer holds her ground here. Yamashita off the ropes, trying to budge Sawyer, but again, staying right in position. And Sawyer Wreck running through Rina with a shoulder tackle of her own.
And you can see that Sawyer has some gashes and scars of her own. Oh!
Big body slam from Rina. Goes for a cover, but not even a one count, really. Some light tubes falling to the floor. Fans are displeased. I'm sure that the wrestlers are as well. They'd love to utilize every single one of them during the course of this.
Circling again. Again, no weapons have been used so far in this match.
Kick to the midsection, and Rina sends Sawyer Wreck into the corner, and now Rina's got a light tube. Charges into the corner and swings, but Sawyer avoids the shot and smashes that tube over Rina's head.
And you have to wonder just how many tiny little microscopic gashes and maybe even little bits of glass are still in the scalp of Rina Yamashita from last night. Every blow is going to just make it so much worse. Oh!
Forearms, the light tubes right into Sawyer, smashing them. And over the head this time. She's crazy, and she's hungry for competition.
And glass. Oh, she went all the way down to the metal thingy, huh?
She got her daily dose of mercury right there. It's a delicacy, apparently. Another light tube grab. Oh, Yamashita smashes it over the head of Sawyer.
Sawyer tried to get her hands up to block it, but not fast enough.
And Rina with that jagged, broken light tube, going to use it on Sawyer Wreck. Right to the forehead now with the edge of that broken
bits of tube are falling off.
And the fans chanting for an up-close look at the violence, at the carnage in their general direction. And Rina obliging these fans on that side of the ring, continuing to carve the head of Sawyer Wreck.
You can hear the chants of over here from someone who feels they have been denied.
We've been denied a close look at violence.
And the blood is starting to snake its way across the forehead of Sawyer Wreck. Again, the ring is a square. It has four sides.
There are four sides. A little bit for everybody.
Oh.
Sawyer needs to do whatever she can to put a stop to this, though, and turn the tables on the champion. The rest of that tube smashed over Sawyer's head.
You can just see, look at, there's little splinters of glass in Sawyer's forehead.
And now Yamashita, Sawyer Wreck's snapmare brings her down to the mat. Light tube grabbed, and she's going to put it down the back of her shirt. Nowhere for that glass to go, but into the flesh.
And that kick would have been bad enough without the tube.
Going for a cover now. Yamashita gets two. Sawyer able to kick out.
And as these matches go on, as the shards of glass pile up in the ring, even just a simple pinfall becomes so much more painful. You're rolling around in glass.
Oh no.
No.
Gusset plate grabbed out of the corner by Rina. I missed whatever happened.
Hold on. Rina, Yamashita, and Sawyer Wreck had a moment of unity for some fan.
But they are opponents, and they need to focus on one another. Especially with the championship on the line, and the gusset plate hammered into the arm of Sawyer Wreck. Still stuck in that arm. A second grabbed by Rina. Oh no!
That's not where that goes.
Sawyer has another arm that she could have.
I mean, it's only fair. Sawyer Wreck demonstrating that she is equally crazy.
These two are nuts. They're nuts, Veda Scott. Headbutts now. Off the ropes comes Yamashita, the victim of the clothesline.
The gusset plates have fallen off, but you can see the blood spilling from where they broke the skin.
Sawyer in control of the match. She was on the receiving end of a lot of punishment. Those light tubes to the head. And now just face washes in the corner for Rina. Sawyer doing damage to the champion.
And Rina Yamashita has a wound opened up on her forehead. I don't know if it's from the gusset plate or the light tubes or both.
I believe it looked like from the gusset plate.
Yeah, it's really gushing now.
That can do a whole lot to human flesh, those gusset plates. We've seen it on many occasions here in GCW competition. Flurry of forearms here from Yamashita.
Rina definitely still in it.
Big palm strike, chop to the chest. Comes charging. Sawyer pulls down on the top rope, and Rina tumbles to the floor.
There on the outside, Sawyer Wreck using those long limbs to kick Yamashita right in the face. And Dave, to me, the first defense of a newly won championship is always so interesting to me because it not only sets the tone for your entire title reign, but Yamashita loses tonight. She's a footnote, honestly, in the history of the Ultraviolent Championship. And right now, that is exactly what Sawyer Wreck is aiming for.
Basically a rolling cannonball right there, taking Rina out of her chair there in the front row. Sawyer among the people now here in Atlantic City.
And the blood is dripping from the head of the champion onto the floor. You can see the little drips.
Hashtag blood from today. And into the ring post head first. Went Yamashita. So they take the battle to the other side. In front of these fans on that side of the ring. Going for a body slam on the floor. Well, places Sawyer Wreck on the floor. And Rina using more fan interaction coming into play right here.
Whoa.
Oh, what's this?
Oh, the fan
There we
with
go.
a measure of revenge has suplexed Rina Yamashita onto Sawyer Wreck.
Referee asking, what are you doing? Come on. Like what? I didn't ask to be involved in this.
It's instincts, you know? Someone hooks you up for that suplex, you got to turn it around.
And Rina taking issue with it.
Oh, no!
Slap across the face. Don't suplex me.
However, she was very effectively used as a weapon. She's still in control of Sawyer Wreck here.
Sawyer head first into the edge of the ring, and now Rina looking underneath the ring.
And then, lest you forgot, there's that frame with the barbed wire on it.
Just placed between those two chairs out on the floor. And Rina again going underneath the ring, grabbing a chair.
You can hear the piles of glass shifting as she was fishing for new weapons.
Placing that barbed wire chair underneath more barbed wire, as if there isn't enough barbed wire
Moving
involved.
the light tubes away for safety.
Yes. Oh, almost knocked that over. But both wrestlers on the apron above all that barbed wire, those chairs, and of course the floor of the showboat. Who's going to be able to get the maneuver?
Whoa.
Rina trying to hoist Sawyer up, but Sawyer blocking the attempt. And nails that forearm.
Sawyer able to use every inch of her height to stop herself from being suplexed.
And Sawyer hoists up Yamashita. Up on the shoulders. Death Valley driver through the barbed wire.
Through the barbed wire onto a pile of chairs, and as you said, Dave Prazak, onto the floor. And this is certainly not Rina Yamashita's plan when she built that contraption.
No. And trying to free her now. Let's take another look. Just off that apron, Death Valley driver and Rina all wound up in that barbed wire. And have several wrestlers out of the locker room trying to help free her from this position.
Yeah, we have looks like we have some snips out to get some of the barbed wire away.
The way that she landed in that, just got tied up in it. Kind of had to roll in it. Here's another look at it. With the impact right there, she kind of turns here and gets caught up in it.
It might even, looks like it's even stuck in her hair.
And you take that risk. When you do this style of wrestling with long hair like that, you get stuck in barbed wire very easily. Except for her hair, it looks like she's mostly been freed from the barbed wire at this point.
She's
back on her feet.
I think she would have been on her feet faster, too, if her hair wasn't trapped. Somehow, this level of violence just seems to fire up Rina Yamashita. It powers her.
Oh, another light tube over the head of Yamashita by Sawyer Wreck. Trying to bring it back inside where Sawyer can win the championship. And grabbing the barbed wire chair from the floor to put to use inside the ring. Regular chair as well. Sawyer going for a cover. Smart move on her part. See if she could win the match after all of that was done.
Yeah, because
Rina in the barbed wire on the floor.
Well, as we've seen, even an offensive maneuver like that DVD off the apron, it's still, when there's weapons and barbed wire involved, it's still going to injure you. You might as well go for every pinfall you can. And now Sawyer going for, looks like a pile driver here. Yamashita kicking her way out of it.
Successfully blocking the attempt at it. Several forearms from Sawyer. Rina trying to stay on her feet here. Back up! Boot to the midsection and a DDT.
Planting Sawyer into that pile of glass.
Mattel trying to pick that glass out of her head after the impact of the DDT. That canvas is just covered in it. And Yamashita now hits the ropes, but gets met with the big boot from Sawyer Wreck. Two tubes in hand. Sawyer smashing them over Rina's head.
Oh, a roundhouse kick with the tubes. This has to be it. We could have a new champion.
Oh, she bent all the way back with hooking that leg, but still Rina got the shoulder up. Referee right on top of things. There's another look at those tubes being smashed over her head. Double tubes, big kick to the back of the head, but not enough to earn Sawyer the championship just yet.
Sawyer once again trying to pull Yamashita into position. Yamashita fighting it with everything that she has and instead goes to hoist Sawyer wreck.
She's got her up. Death Valley driver into the tubes by Yamashita. And Sawyer kicks out.
There is glass and carnage everywhere. Rina Yamashita positioned Sawyer wreck and now is going after, the barbed wire chair.
Placed right over the chest of Sawyer wreck, and now Rina going up top. Can we see that big splash? Rina Yamashita off the top rope, hits the splash right on top of the barbed wire.
Not even bothering to move the barbed wire chair before making the pin.
It stuck to her. She can't move it. But Sawyer still got her shoulder up, despite being on the receiving end of that splash with the barbed wire into her chest.
The referee has the snips back out again.
Rina paying the price for deciding to hit that maneuver on her opponent.
She's just removing parts of her gear now.
Freed from the chains.
And now has built another pile of barbed wire chair and a few loose tubes.
Got the barbed wire chair right there. She could be thinking about that splash mountain. That's how she was able to hit it last night on Alex Colon.
Oh!
And hits it on the barbed wire chair here. And gets the 3 count. Yamashita retains the Ultra-Violent Championship.
The winner of the match, and still Game Changer Wrestling Ultra Violent Champion, Rina Yamashita.
Rina Yamashita just showing everyone, watch this, the Splash Mountain Bomb onto a pile of carnage. And you're right, Dave Brazek, that is exactly how she defeated Alex Colon and won the championship in the first place. But it's matches like this